from Appcircus Connect in Berlin. There you go, Philip.
Hearing is such an important and fascinating sense. It's on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it never gets rest. But do we really value it as much as we should? I would ask you to close your eyes for a second. Imagine missing out on all these great conversations that you had. Imagine missing the laughter of your friends and your loved ones. Hearing a never mind instead of I love you. Missing all these great moments without music, or lying on the beach without the sound of the ocean. But we dedicate so much time to sound, and so much time and money to sound. We spend hours listening to music, we spend hours on the phone, we spend so much money on headphones, on hi-fi equipment and electronics, but we don't devote so much thought and effort to protect our hearing. In the last 2 decades, hearing loss amongst school children has risen from 1% to 15%. That's a 15 times increase in just 2 decades. And on the other hand, why do we just accept that our hearing is going away, leaving us in silence while we could do something? There are 650 million people who suffer of hearing loss, and only 1 out of 40 is doing something about it. In contrast, we're spending 16 billion on headphones and hi-fi equipment alone. So why are we so negligent and so contradicting? Because it's so damn hard, unsexy, and not fun. Mimi is solving exactly that. We have built technology so that you can download the hearing test and take it in the comfort of your home, and then we can take the data so you can personalize the sound to your ears, and you can fine-tune it. You can fine-tune it to the environment you're in, you can fine-tune it to your tastes, and you can fine-tune it to the hardware that you're using. But who is that for? This is really ranging across all ages. But let's have a look what kind of our customers are saying. On the one hand, it really brings out the details so that the old and young, they don't have to put up the volume that much. So for example, the first one here used to be playing music at 16 volume to hear all the details. Now 4 out of 16 is fantastic and not at all deafening. Or other people kind of increasing the quality of their hardware by using our hearing algorithms. And then on the other end of the spectrum, people with hearing loss who start to cry because they haven't heard sound like this in so many years. We started with the hearing test, which was really making one step in the industry so much easier that it's really improving that whole process. But that is missing the bigger picture. We make it normal and cool to protect your hearing while not being patronizing. We give the people an extra boost who need it, and we increase the overall audio quality, which really brings a totally different approach to this whole industry, and not only changing one step, but bringing a totally new light on this.
And it's time. Yeah. I'm sorry.
So, just to be clear, you have hardware and then you have the app?
Speak into the phone.
Yeah. We have 2 apps, the hearing test app, which then is connecting to the music app, which is pulling your hearing, your audio, like your audiogram data to personalize the sound to your ears. And we have no hardware, but we are working with hardware partners who we're referring customers to, for example, to then find some hardware to improve their hearing as well. But we focus solely on software.
Got it. So then the software gets embedded into a music player?
So we are supporting inter-app audio, which allows audio from any other app being sent to our app. So everybody who has an audio content app can use our technology through inter-app audio by just embedding 4 lines of code.
How do you monetize this? What is the model behind?
So there are 2 parts to it. On the one hand, all the streaming content providers, they're now competing to audio quality. Our processing really improves the quality from compressed audio a lot. So it has way more sparkle and so much better. So this is one side. Then, of course, the hearing test side, we're talking to insurance companies, and there the prices, depending on country, are between 10 euros to 50 euros per test. Then referrals to an audiologist in Germany, for example, are between 200 to 300 euros. So there are a lot of parts, but we're really focusing on growth right now to really owning the space. We're number one hearing test app already, had 300 hearing tests last year. And yeah, so there are many paths, but we're really on growth now, and now have also through the music player, we can retain the users. Before it was a test, which you did, and then you took it maybe half a year later, but now with the music, we have a very good retention.
Okay, thank you.
How much the test is depending on the hardware you are using? When you do the test for personalized hearing, how much is dependent? What is the dependency between the test itself and the hardware, the codecs, the sound you are using?
So the test is very accurate because we calibrated for iPhones using the Apple EarPods. But then there is, for example, 9 decibel difference in the frequency response curves of headphones, for example.
Then people may have different phones. They may have, I don't know, in Android there are several phones. How can you do the test on all these phones?
So we have also, so now we're doing the tests on iOS devices, which are calibrated because it's kind of the same hardware. And we're now developing also tests which can measure your hearing curve without knowing the exact output levels with a very sophisticated measuring technique.
Great, thanks a lot, Philip.